All right. Well, I don't know if anyone can be properly prepared for the flower power hour, but here we are. We're doing this thing live from Tricksupply. It's 2 o'clock Eastern, 11 a.m. where I'm at. It's early morning for some of us who were out late last night at the Wonderground here in Las Vegas. We're going to talk about that. We'll talk about a few of the things I've been doing over the last couple days. Got myself out of the house, did some magical events. And then we will also be talking viewer requests today about all things flowers. I know 3 or 4 days ago, I thought, boy, it's probably a good idea for a sleight of hand street performer who does card and coin magic to spend the better part of a 30-minute chat talking about feather flowers. But here I am today doing that. And let me start by getting this thing out of here. This has been over here for way too long. You're looking at is that the 20 bloom red and yellow feather? It's a pretty one. That's a pretty one. To contrast, I have this one over here, the 10 bloom red and yellow appearing flowers. And there's one in this sleeve too, because you can't have too many feather flowers in your sleeves. And here we're looking at the 6 bloom. Here we're looking at the 10 bloom, and we'll talk about all of those in detail shortly. Just had to get those things out of my sleeve. Spend a couple of 15 minutes with feather flowers in your sleeve, and you know how I'm feeling. There's the kindred spirits. What's happening, Vinny? Good to see you, and good to see everyone. Thank you all for taking some time to come out and hang with me. What's up, Jim? Jim, you should come out to a Wonderground one night, man. Have a good time with us over there. I don't think I've seen you at one of those. Hello, Jake. How you doing? Eric is on the road. He is on the way to California today. I'm flying solo, and maybe he'll be back here next week. Actually, I think next week we might take a Christmas break. So maybe next week we're not going to be here. Maybe. But I feel like my off days are Christmas and Christmas Eve. Maybe I should give myself another bonus day off next week. What's up, Scott Link? Good to see you. All right, so here we are. Let's talk about flowers in detail in just another moment and do a little bit of story time. We'll get the show started with some interesting things that I've been doing in my universe. Let's start here. What a good time Aaron and I had. Took the wife out to the New York, and we took a look at the Mad Apple show, where I was very happy to see this young man crushing it. Nick DeFott, would I say he steals the show? Pretty much. Granted, I might be jaded because, it's a magic show on a cirque stage. But man, the Wonderground experience, which I think you can get for about $50, is worth it just to see Nick DeFott do his thing. Super thanks to Nick for the shout out in this set. He actually referenced the Doug Conn hat from the Cirque du Soleil stage, so that was a blast. And yeah, go see Nick at the Mad Apple show. Oh yeah, and then the blurry picture, which signifies my state of mind by the time this picture was taken at about 11 o'clock. I might have had a cocktail or two. Gary Darwin Magic Club, Wednesday night gathering. There's Eric Stevens, and we got Mr. H there performing a trick. I think that's Bobby Barasini behind him. Steven Slight. Alan Ackerman's buried back there. Jeremy Jackson's in the house. And hey, if you go to Tommy Rocker's, get the big pretzel. It's the hot tip. It's the reason my wife lets me go there, because she can go with me and get a big pretzel. We're fast forwarded in the Wonderground. Here we are last night, throwing down with Will Bradshaw, Jeff McBride, and all the other Las Vegas luminaries. Put together a little video of some of the things that happened here. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. There's the Grandmaster himself doing the coins and goblet. There's Eric picking something out of his teeth in the middle of his close-up. I don't know what this picture is, but everyone seems to be enjoying it, at least mildly. And there's the man himself, Alan Ackerman. He did a solid 20 minutes. God, still got it, man. He threw it down hardcore. ace routines, machos, multiple selections. I hope I can still go like Alan goes when I'm pushing 80. And then the real joy here was the Wonderground experience was taken over by Late Night Magic, which I've told you before. It's one of my favorite shows in town. They are doing the show at the Magician's Room over there by the link. And let's take that off the way. A lot of shows going on at the Magician's Room. We talked about that last week. As I'm talking about this thing, I'm watching chat. If you guys have any questions, comments, things you want to learn about the things we're doing. As I like to say, I didn't come here to sit around. I feel like I've been sitting around too much. So we got out and made some stuff happen. Let me give you guys just a couple of minutes of the Wonderground vibe. Here we go. Was the Christmas event. Right, Christmas time. There he is, the man, the myth, the mask master. What's up, Gary Powers?
You see that spade right there? It's in the center, right there in the center. I just ripple up, it comes right up, right there.
Fun fact, Will Bradshaw bought that hat coil at Tricksupply. I love this moment. We did multiplying balls to hang ornaments on the tree. Trying to tell y'all this is like the place to be. Whoops. Holly England. Anna Rose. The most interesting card trick I've ever seen. Luke Kramer. Sword swallowing extraordinaire. And then this act from Bizarro. Man, his fire eating. I told him, and I meant it, the best fire eating I've ever seen. The Misdirection Girls, Emily England and her partner Mina, costume change. And the Shocker! One of my favorite Las Vegas personalities. What a time to be alive in Las Vegas with Wonderground happening the third Thursday of every month at the Olive. I feel like I'm giving it a plug, but that's just because I want you guys to know the cool stuff to do if you ever get down this way. All right, so as mentioned earlier, we are talking about flower magic today. This inspired by an email I got from a customer who wanted to know a little bit more about our feathered flowers that we offer on the Tricksupply site. We have a lot in the warehouse, and maybe I'll just poke over here to our website for a second and let you know if you are interested in finding the feather flowers that I'm showcasing today. Well, here's what you do. You go to tricksupply.com, and I would say do this. Type in appearing flowers in our search bar there. And boy, you'll find a bunch of them. We're going to look at a few of them here today, and we'll check out some of the prices. And then I have some other floral amazements from our showroom to share with you today. Got some real winners, and also got a couple of new tricks to share with you that have come in the web in the showroom. Hello. Magic hangover in action. Gary's excited. I'm glad someone's excited. I was excited on day one of putting this together and faced with the task of becoming a floral magic expert in a week, but I think I got pretty close. Let me show you more about what I know about appearing flowers. What are you looking at here? Somewhere between 20 to 50 bucks to get some of these flowers in your sleeve. If I had to pick one of them, like is a good way to go, the 6 flowers are pretty good, but the 10 flower bouquet for $29.95, I think this is a good value. You might want to get 2 of them, one for each sleeve. I'll give you a close-up look at what the 10 bloom is. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So This is the 10 bloomer, you know. It looks a little more full than like the 6 bloom. Both perfectly serviceable, but this is the 10. The 20 is great, but it's big, man. That's a lot of flower to stick in a sleeve, you know what I mean? And, you know, as I'm talking about these things, I don't want anyone buying them and getting buyer's remorse. So let me tell you what you're going to be in for. When you buy your spring flowers, they come packaged very flat, and you'll be thinking, that's not what the guy showed on the video. So what you do is you take your flowers out, you just set them open. I think some people use steam to kind of get them open a little more. It takes a day or two for them to blossom out. So when you buy your appearing feather flowers, give it a couple days, make them pretty as they can be. You know, then you'll get something that looks like this. Kapow. So these are the $50 ones. I had this in my jacket. Pow. Pulled that out. This is a bit much for a sleeve, but you could probably, you know, get it in there. These fit in the sleeve, no problem. So those are the sizes, the styles, and a couple looks at some of the feather flowers. We have like 5 or 6 different color varieties, and then also the blooms, you know, 6 blooms, 10 blooms, 20 blooms. You can get them in a lot of different ways. So here's a question from Scott Link. Do our appearing and vanishing wands fit a small feather flower? We'll be looking at something that produces a small feather flower. I did pull one item from the back that does something in that ballpark. Where did I put it? Up here. So like this is this package is a vanishing cane. It's like a Fantasio vanishing cane, and then it would transform into this floral plume. So if you are integrating, you know, feather flowers in your act and you want something in the same ballpark but a little bit different style, different look, this is a cane to feathered flower bouquet. So off the top of my head, that's the closest thing to what Scott is asking about. Benny's partial to the old school. So it is a lovely effect. Yeah, same method. We might have what you're talking about, Scott. You know, I was off Wednesday, Thursday this week, running around Vegas like a crazy person, so I didn't have, you know, the time to pull all of the things. But I pulled some things. I pulled some interesting things to look at. Here's one from the showroom floor. I've had a lot of people ask about this one. I did a little video with this prop. This is an estate item, so we do purchases from you know, other magicians or magic shops that maybe went out of business. This is for a showroom purchase only. It's a version of the classic dove pan, and I just think the confetti makes a nice transition to, holy cow! Now that's a dove pan production. This is the feathered flowered spring bouquet. And wow, this vintage piece of wonder, only $40. But if you want it, you got to visit me in the store at Tricksupply. We did that thing. You could also consider similar production, but different MO. Let me see. I did a video with this one. I think because this one uses water. I didn't really want to bring water out on the live stream. Let's take a look at this aqua change vase. Let me pluck on it. All right, I am the Uber dork. using it here just to produce confetti. Yeah, it's a good piece. That's enough of that. So what I'm suggesting is that opposed to using confetti, you could produce the spring flowers from the aqua change vase. So nice one, Scott. That was evaporated milk. I like it. But this thing looks like a vase. This version of the Chenli water suspension. Very, very clever prop to transform water into silks or spring flowers. Confetti is good, especially, you know, you got to dump the water on the kid's head. Just going to set those there for now. If you don't know what spring flowers are, well, here are some. This is the larger style of spring flowers. That's like a 20 pack. Again, like the feather flowers, we have a lot of spring flower options in the Tricksupply universe. Here's a smaller package. A packet like this might cost you, I don't know, $7, $8, maybe a little more. And if you don't know what to do with spring flowers, well, maybe get yourself a book about it. So here's the Magic City Library Magic Volume 11, Spring Flowers. Beginning in Magic. I need to read this because I don't know what to do with spring flowers. They do make them in a couple styles. I know we had a customer picking up the Alan Wong spring flower package, which is a spring flower holder. Very well designed, leatherette holder, and it holds individual spring flowers. So like this package, this one is designed, I guess you could pull it out of your sleeve, but it's designed to pow, you know, pop them all open at once, and then they stay together as a unit. Running out of space on my desk and filled up with flowers. And then the Alan Wong one has these individual. And you could cut these off of their string and use them individually. So now we're like producing flowers from our hands one at a time. Pow, 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 pow. And you say that when you do it. Pow, 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 pow. So, the Alan Wong product, recommended. I don't have it on my desk. You want to learn more, get yourself a book. That's what spring flowers look like. They come in all kinds of different sizes. I think this is the contrast here. Small 18, large 20. Those are the sizes. I hope this information is sitting well in your gray matter. We educate everyone about the floral magic. Maybe we take just a small break from the flower extravaganza and talk about some of the newer products that have entered the Tricksupply universe. Briefly, last week I mentioned this gem. It sold out basically overnight from our distributor. We have a couple units left of Olson's closer. I'm wondering, let me go back over here to our website. We'll go over here. If you're looking for a good self-working card trick that gives the illusion of immense skill, look no further. Olson's closer is here for you. And it's quite a flexible piece, this deck. I found some uses for it in short form video, portraying more skill than I had. I was coming over here to look at the video, but it looks at like 5 minutes. This is going to be a little bit longer than I want to spend time looking at.
Community. The magician begins by handing two.
I would encourage you to trust my judgment on this.
Operation.
Go over to the Tricksupply website. Take a look at Olson's closer and thank me later when you make this purchase. We just have a couple more left. I don't need to promote it. I'm just letting you know the good stuff is here. These are going to sell out. I don't need to spend more time talking about it. Another one you might not know about is, I think I mentioned it briefly last week, but we were talking about Bizarro earlier. God, man, every time I see this man, he crushes it so hard. He showed me this item at Wonderground, not this month, but the last month. And this is his foiled again chocolate coin gag, but now with any coin you'd, oh, did I do that again? I hope I didn't. Not going to talk about it if I did. Douglas. So essentially you take any coin that you'd like, and then you peel back the silver layer to show beneath the coin is chocolate. So you make any coin a chocolate coin, you heal the coin back up and give it back to them. And on this foiled again project, thank you. Thank God. Well, I'll learn one day. Today's not that day. Great item from Bizarro. You know, pretty much anything with Bizarro's name, not just pretty much, it is this. Anything with Bizarro's name is worth your attention. This doesn't have Bizarro's name. It might be worth your attention. Shout out to Chuck Crespo, who was in the store this week. Chuck's over there at the Magic Smith helping crank out all the double crosses you guys buy every week. We'll be putting a demo of that trick up on the website later this weekend. Yo, Chuck. That's just randomly sitting there. You know the one I really want to talk about before I bid you farewell? And I'll be bidding you farewell in about 3 or 4 minutes. This, I think, is the gem. And I've been refraining from buying one of these because I'm not even sure where I would use it, but I know that I want to use it. We'll close the show with flower power. Let me look around here, see what else I got around the classic clown gag. So sometimes we produce the flowers. I guess you could even produce this one. This flower is meant to wilt. So this flower is a visual gag. The flower wilts on demand. So maybe you smell it and ask someone else to smell it. And when they smell it, the flower droops. It's clown magic. It's the wilting flower. I'm sure it's $8, $8 of fun for the right person. Here's a new thing. Squirrel. Not even sure what this is, but maybe you'll want to look at it on our website. Teddy by Michael Hout. Fridays is one of our delivery days. Of course, we're always getting new stuff on the shelves here. Look, I remember to cover I remembered that time. This is this hit my desk minutes ago. That does not look like a teddy bear. All right, now I'm intrigued. Okay, that's one of the choices, I guess. That guy. And some things. We have teddy bear. I'll know more about it later. Maybe we'll talk about this more next week. I mean, I have to let people know the new stuff is here, or you never know. The old stuff is also here. Gary's talking about double cross. Seems like you can't go wrong with that trick. Got to enjoy. We got Mr. H in town. This gentleman's from Croatia. He'll be in Vegas for a couple more weeks. Had the pleasure of seeing this man perform, and he did double cross. I think he used the jumbo version from the stage at Wonderground. It's an easy win, double cross. Okay, a couple more old school things, flower related items you might want to have in your wheelhouse, in your toolkit. If you do flower napkins, if you take a napkin and make it into a flower, we have these multicolored napkins. You can have it have green stems with the white bloom. If you do bar magic, maybe you like this. If you do the floating rose, you're probably using flash paper, so never mind. But we have those. This is a fun gimmick from Dave Powell. This is the match to flower, which is why can't we focus today? Why is there no focus? So this is a brass device that has a spring hinge on it that produces a flower after you light a match. And that's a flower trick you might consider, you know. Pow, flower, old school. And this is an effect that I've seen done a couple different ways in my life. Traditionally, an effect like this uses a frame of some sort. And I guess you can get a nice visual change as you pull the picture from the frame. But this is a nice idea that I don't think I've seen before for a stage style prop. And I guess you could also make the flowers vanish. Maybe you make them vanish and then produce a spring flower, right? So we could do that. We could have this hidden, and then you could show this, and then you do this, and then you produce this and show that. I just made up a flower banger. You're welcome. Man. Wonder if I can pan over to my desk here. Let me see. Give you a look. And a lot going on over here. Starting to pile up. Oh boy. Flowers everywhere. I did see a question that I couldn't really answer. I don't want to skip it. Let me go back. Do you have anything made by Dave DeHoff in Pennsylvania? He was a family friend and made amazing feather flowers and showed me my first close-up magic. That name is not familiar to me. Man, there is a shop in Pennsylvania that specializes in feather flowers. I'm gonna ask the chat here if anyone can find the magic shop. It's outside of not where is it in Pennsylvania? Is it Philly? Is it near Philly? Maybe. Damn. Oh well, we tried. The name of the card for the flowers is the Instant Flower Deluxe. That thing will set you back about $17. Look it up on our website. I did a lecture at that magic shop as I toured up the East Coast, and now I've lived in Vegas too long and have short-term memory loss. Moving onward, let's wrap this set up with the trick that Hey, that's it. Mingus Magic. Man, so nice to have a second brain on the internet to help out this brain. It's getting older and forgetful. It's a great shop. It's one of the oldest magic shops in the country, if I'm not mistaken. And they've got some beautiful, beautiful feather flowers in there. You'll pay for it. They're pricey. I think you'll find you'll spend a few more bucks than what I showed you here today. But yeah, go look up Mingus Magic. All right, see if I have space to get the camera down here. Okay, kind of ready, kind of, sort of. This is the Flower Power Kit by Alan Wong. You get a few things in here, and you get a few things you're not seeing. Try not to cover the tutorial. How would you go about this in the real world? I was thinking this. You could do maybe just let people know what it is. And this. Does that look like a flower pot? Maybe this. Just fill in the... And truthfully, this is what this looks like with about 1 minute of thought on how to use this prop. This Flower Power from Alan Wong. So here's the flower pot, and here is the flower inside the pot. What? Come on now. How cute is that? Now, I do surmise this, like I said earlier, when you leave feather flowers out in the wild, they'll bloom open a little more than, maybe what you're seeing right here. It's because my face is there. So what I'm suggesting is that if this was set outside its secret enclosure, that it would look gooder than it does, today. This is probably why I'm so enamored with the prop, because Curtis Cam, rest in peace, goat. He did enjoy this thing, and that's probably why I want one. I'm not sure. I should have known that when I started talking about flowers that the degens were going to take advantage of this topic at hand. This is Flower Power. This includes the full tutorial from Greg Wilson with his routine of how to have a freely chosen item be produced, and also you get all the accoutrements, an extra Sharpie marker, an extra Post-it note or two, and that's that version. You can get Flower Power Light, which I think is just the Sharpie marker and the flower that it produces. I think Chuck Crespo was here the other day. I was playing with this thing. What's up, Chuck? Hey, heads up. I tried to message Fielding West to get him his electric Funkin' Ring. No response. On my list of things to do today, right after this, is message you to get in touch with him. I'm ready to deliver his prop, because that's right. Sometimes when you're Fielding West in Las Vegas, if that's your name, we'll deliver to you. So, yo, Chuck, look for me in your inbox later so I can get fielding this thing. I have to bring it out tomorrow morning. So that's the scoop. And yeah, I think that's it, man. I think that's all the Flower Power chat I have for you today. I don't know. What do you want me to do? Give his phone number out on the YouTubes? Probably not the best idea. No, I got his phone number. He just didn't answer. I wouldn't answer me either. Anyway, talked about your trick there today, Mr. Crespo. Talked about a lot of tricks. Hope some of you found some of this information valuable, entertaining, educational. Any of those will help. If you did, it's easy to hit the like button. Also, if you didn't, well, it's still easy to hit the like button. Why be a hater? Share this video with a friend. Subscribe if you haven't. And hey, will I see you next Friday? I'm going to make a loose commitment of maybe. But I'll probably take an extra day to just chill, take a breather, and we'll see. But yeah, thanks for the positivity. Stay tuned, and maybe we'll see you in 2026. It's going to be a ciao for now.